got this. Breathe and go. Good.
For the past 4 months, I've been on a regime of high-intensity strength training,
Slam hard. Down.
mad cardio workouts, and stringent calorie counting. I've shed nearly 15 kilograms in 4 months.
In this episode of Talking Point, I want to find out if I can make it any easier and quicker to achieve my physical fitness goals by biohacking,
otherwise known as DIY biology.
Scott Larson began his biohacking journey 30 years ago, right around the time the word biohacking was coined. This is something that he does up to twice a month. He told me it's called flotation therapy.
So I asked Scott to clue me in about biohacking, and he asked me to meet him here. Well, I guess this is it. Scott? Hey. Scott? Scott! Scott! Perhaps I'll let you change and then we'll talk about it. Scott, sorry to interrupt your session earlier. I've never tried it.
Yeah.
How does floating feel like?
I guess it's the closest thing to feeling like you're floating around space. You're in the float tank and it's full with salt. That salt water is what helps you float. Being in the float tank is really a stress reduction technique, so it helps you meditate.
The pool might have plenty of salt, but not the salt that you find in your kitchen. It's filled with hundreds of kilograms of Epsom salt, also known as magnesium sulfate.
That salt really replenishes the magnesium into your muscles. The salt is pulled in through the skin. So it is used as part of a recovery process.
Would you consider floating a form of biohacking?
Absolutely, yeah.
So what makes up biohacking? How do we define it?
I brought a few things with me on the table here. What do you think out of all of these things would be considered biohacking?
I mean, obviously this seems like a really high-tech system.
So actually everything on the table here are different formats and forms of biohacking. That is actually called pneumatic compression. And that would help starting from your feet going up to really help circulate the blood back into where it's going to be cleaned. So biohacking is really trying to take yourself from either sickness to health or from health to even more health.
What else can I do to really boost my performance and my results?
Well, there are a whole bunch of biohacking tools that are available.
Like this plunge pool and sauna. But this is no ordinary sauna. It's filled with infrared light. Traditional saunas heat up the surrounding air to raise the temperature of the body. In infrared light saunas, the body is heated up using spectrums of light. The belief is that light can penetrate deep into muscles below the skin's surface. This, in turn, improves blood circulation and oxygen flow to muscles for quicker recovery.
Today's protocol is going from ultra hot to the ultra cold.
How long do we have to be in here before we do the plunge?
9 minutes in here, and then a couple of minutes in the plunge pool.
Okay.
We're really going for the shock. Your capillaries are going to tighten,
Right.
and that's going to flush all of those toxins in your body. Hit the plunge pool.
You first.
All right.
Temperatures in plunge pools can range from 5 to 12 degrees Celsius.
Ready? Suck it up.
Ooh. So just like that all the way? Okay, okay. Oh! Oh my God, Scott, this is cold. Just gotta suck it up. Ooh. You're crazy. You're a crazy man, Scott.
What we're stimulating now in the cold water is brown adipose fat, and that is the fat that helps you burn other fat.
Often we think of fat as something to get rid of, but brown adipose fat is good fat. It's activated by cold temperatures to keep your body warm, and it does that by burning calories. The theory is, the colder it gets, the more calories you lose. And by plunging into the freezing water, I'm biohacking the activation of my brown fat.
Against all odds, I managed to complete 2 more rounds of hot infrared sauna and ice cold plunging.
Stop shifting. Thank you.
How do you feel?
Well, I just feel very alert. I feel like my mind's sort of switched on.
Yep.
Is that something you feel as well?
Yeah,
regularly?
definitely. This is why we do cold last, so then you feel that total upbeatness, the dopamine is dropping into your brain,
Right.
You're feeling all those good vibes, good energy.
So I wasn't just biohacking my body, I was biohacking my mind.
To find out if biohacking can really help me get fitter and leaner faster, I'm going to biohack my fitness for 2 weeks. Starting with this heat core therapy, which I will do 3 times.
But before I start my experiment proper, I need to get my baseline health markers. Which is why I'm at DexaFit. I'm getting a body composition scan. This will keep track of even the slightest changes to my body fat percentage and muscle mass.
Body scanning is now complete.
And a VO2 max test, a measure of the maximum amount of oxygen my body can utilize during exercise. The higher the amount of oxygen my body can use, the higher my level of physical fitness.
So right now, your total body fat percentage is at 21%.
Okay.
This puts you at just nice, is within the healthy zone. Yeah.
That's good. But I always look at this number and it's 21, right?
Right.
I want this to go to like the teens.
Right.
And it's almost impossible. It's tough.
All right. Your VO2 max is at 39. A VO2 max of 39 puts your heart at a very healthy state. To put things in perspective, the VO2 max of a national athlete is typically about 50. The VO2 max of an Olympic athlete is the bare minimum of a 60. The higher VO2 max number means that you're able to live longer because your heart's healthier, your lungs are stronger, you're able to breathe in more oxygen.
Okay, so we'll be looking out for this number 39 to go up to into the 40s.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're hitting 40s, you're immediately winning already.
Now that my tests are complete, I'm ready to go full on with my biohacking routine.
Oh, this doesn't get any better. I'm liking this. It's like a little pod for me to rejuvenate. Here's a little pop quiz for you. What do Ellen DeGeneres, Michael Phelps, and Justin Bieber have in common?
This!
They use hyperbaric oxygen chambers.
Let me share more about this hyperbaric cocoon, right? So hyperbaric, we must first understand what does this word actually mean first. So hyper being high, right? And baric being pressure. So this cocoon would be a high pressure cocoon.
Oh, so having such a high pressure environment in a small chamber like that, what does it do?
Getting oxygen into your blood vessels or into your body, that can help you metabolize away the lactic acid better. Yeah, because the breakdown of lactic acid requires oxygen, and hence doing cocoon will help you recover faster. And besides sports recovery, the cocoon also help with mental performance as well, because we also know that the brain consumes 20% of the blood oxygen supply, right? So, and that's where we provide what it needs to perform the tasks that it is tasked to do.
Wow, so I can improve my cognitive ability too.
Yeah.
How many times do I have to use this to see those benefits?
Can range up to 20 to even 60 sessions. And these 20 sessions would drag over maybe 4 weeks.
And how long is each session?
Each session is about 1 to 2 hours long.
Wow, so that's a good amount of time in that cocoon.
Yeah.
The air we breathe normally contains 21% oxygen.
Oh, wow.
All right, zip me up.
But in the cocoon, every breath we take contains 95% oxygen, close to 5 times the usual amount.
Okay, Shrey, I'm pressurizing the cocoon.
And as Josh increases the pressure in the cocoon from a typical 1 unit of atmospheric pressure to 1.5 units, even more oxygen particles rush in to fill up the space.
And with nearly 7 times more oxygen particles than usual dissolving into my bloodstream, my cells and tissues are supposed to regenerate and heal at a faster speed.
You can feel the ears.
Yeah,
Move your jaws. Yeah. Pinch your nose.
Every few seconds, my ears are closing. I'm having to pop them so that the pressure doesn't get too much.
15 minutes in and I'm getting used to the pressure. And surprisingly, it's getting quite comfy.
Shrey, are you ready to come out?
No, I'm liking it now.
So if you are ready, I will start to decompress. Alright, Shrey. How do you feel?
Wow. I'm feeling that lightheadedness. I was beginning to feel like my muscles loosen a bit also, like tension was releasing.
This hack, which claims to aid in my muscle recovery, will set me back a whopping 3,000 Singapore dollars a month if I rent one for my home. Let's get real. I can't afford this. But for the purpose of our show, Josh has loaned me a hyperbaric oxygen cocoon.
So I can try it for my biohacking adventure. That's now 2 biohacking methods that claim to be able to improve my mind. I need to test this out too, which is why I'm doing this assessment meant to measure 4 domains of cognition.
Circle does not encapsulate the square, true.
My ability to process information, my memory, my navigational skills, and my attention span. Brain health trainer Anna Milani will also put me through a tough battery of tests to see how I fare in those 4 domains of cognition while having to move really fast.
Come on, keep squatting, don't slow down. Where you felt sort of closer to the below average category, okay? That's your visual spatial skills, okay? Yes, so that in real life, what does that correlate to? Essentially being able to travel in a city without using maps, Google Maps as an example. As you can see, your result over here, you fall on the 23rd percentile.
So that's bottom 23%.
Yes, that is right. Okay.
It's really bad. Well, I'm going to try this method of biohacking, and it claims to improve your mental function. So this will be one area to look out for and see if in a short amount of time I can improve my visual spatial skills.
Wow.
So check it out. It's all set up, ready to go. In this goes.
And I still have 2 more sessions of infrared sauna and cold plunge pool to go for.
I've already been in here for now about 7 minutes and I'm still not really sweating. I don't know if I'm getting the benefits of the sauna. Come on, sweat.
It wasn't getting any easier to plunge into the freezing cold. I still think I can do more. So I reach out to a local biohacking community for suggestions. One therapy keeps popping up.
Many of the biohackers I spoke to recommended cryotherapy. Now, I don't know too much about it except for the fact that Cristiano Ronaldo uses it. So if it's good enough for the football legend, I suppose it'll be good enough for me. Let's go check it out. Wait, am I supposed to wear something?
No, you're gonna just remove everything. Just take everything off.
What do you mean everything? Like everything?
Everything, except your boxes.
No, of course I'm not gonna go naked, Din.
dressed in close to nothing, I've been told to step into a negative 66 degrees Celsius chamber.
Let's do it. It's getting difficult to speak. Little droplets of water that's forming at my eyes. It's feeling like little crystals of ice. I can't hold this camera straight. We're done. Okay. All right. Oh, that is cold.
That was like the longest 3 minutes of my life. Come in.
Hey, hi, Shrey.
Oh, Adrian.
How is it?
Like this, like the coldest I've been in my life.
So, Adrian, what are the benefits of being in such cold?
Cryotherapy is actually like a biohacking treatment. When you're in such cold, your blood is vasoconstricted because your temperature drops and you feel like you're in shock. So the moment you step out, the blood rushes back, and that's where you experience all kinds of benefits. Your leptin is being released, your endorphins are released, your melatonin is released. So the moment you experience this, tonight you probably have better sleep because the cold helps to release leptin. And because it can release leptin, it helps to convert your white fat into brown fat. Brown fat, it helps to actually burn more calories and burn fat. If you are planning to lose weight, this is very good because ultimately, in 3 minutes, you have already been burning up to close to 800 calories.
It's only been 3 minutes.
Yes.
How does 3 minutes achieve these results?
When the session ends, the body goes into a calorie burning mode. So throughout the day after the exercise, you will be burning up to 800 calories on top of whatever you are burning. That means it accelerates whatever you are like burning throughout the whole day.
Ah, so it's not quite 800 calories in 3 minutes, but I'll burn up to 800 calories for the whole day. That's not bad, considering a whole cardio session only burns up to 500 calories.
Whew. Wearing long sleeves in Singapore feels kind of good for once. But I'm not going to lie, that cold in the chamber was painful. But if it promises to burn more calories, then I'm going to do it. So I've booked myself 3 cryotherapy sessions over my 2-week-long biohacking journey.
Meanwhile, I'm starting to feel some positive changes from my other hacks.
Good morning, guys. Crazy thing, last night I tried the oxygen chamber after a long day. When I got out, I was feeling a little lightheaded, so I went straight to bed. And this morning, I do track my sleep, so check out the results. It shows me that for the first 3 hours of my night's sleep, I was in solid, deep sleep.
To know for sure if I've achieved real results for my body and mind, I'm going back to get my fitness and cognitive functions tested.
Let's find out. Yes, very interesting results.
It is D-Day. I'm going to find out if biohacking has really made changes to my body and mind. Now, I had 3 goals. 1, to improve muscle recovery. 2, my mental cognition. And 3, to accelerate weight loss. First, let's see if I'm mentally sharper now.
Brain health trainer Anna Milani
Puts me through the paces to test the limits of my mind. Again!
I have to say I'm very surprised and quite excited about the results. You have had improvements, and relatively big ones as well, in your visual spatial skills. Remember we went over that last time?
Yeah.
You were below average, right? Those results have actually gone above average. So it's gone from 94 to 112. Yeah, so we've seen almost a 40% increase in that.
Do you feel that the kind of therapy that I have been doing, it's definitely improved me in certain areas?
The work that has been done with the biohacking has definitely helped you, especially in your weak areas. However, it has been on a very short period of time. How do you maintain that now?
Can this kind of a drastic improvement at all be considered normal or achievable?
To see such a big jump, I'm quite surprised, I have to say.
If I were to stop the biohacking, would you say that these results might drop?
My instinct, okay, would tell me that your results would drop a bit, okay, if you were to stop it. How much, I cannot tell you.
After my chat with Anna, I head to DexaFit.
So let's go through your VO2 max together. We know that the last time you came here, you finished your VO2 max at 39.
Yeah.
Today we finished your VO2 max at 40. There is an improvement in terms of the fitness of your lungs and your heart.
After the initial excitement, I'm given a small reality check.
Last week you were 68 kg, and this week you are 66 kg.
Wow.
So there is actually a difference in terms of your total weight. However, what we are seeing is that your body fat actually went up by 0.5%.
So what could be causing this?
I'll look at is straight into your nutrition. Is there enough protein? Because we know that if there's not enough protein within the body, then the body is not able to maintain said muscle mass.
I realized that I was so focused on biohacking that perhaps I forgot some of the basics that I was training with. I wasn't counting my protein. So perhaps one learning point here is even with biohacking, I have to make sure that my fundamentals are there.
Definitely.
James, are there any health risks that can come with biohacking?
The bigger question is how often we are doing them, what are we doing? Is there a crossover between product X and product Y? Because these are interactions that we may not actually know, and therefore we may not actually understand the potential health risks. If you're looking at basic things, for example, the hot and cold plunge pool, we know that if you were to constrict or restrict your blood vessels too often, you do tend to see that your blood pressure can change. There might be opportunities where you actually faint inside the pool just because of the temperature, just because of how your blood vessel moves.
What James said resonated with me, because to be honest, I was concerned about whether my body could take all the extreme therapies I was putting myself through. That's why doing these therapies under constant supervision is crucial.
Step into it. Bounce back.
After 2 weeks of experimenting with biohacking, I think I might have received some benefits from each of the therapies that I tried.
I certainly lost weight fast, and I got mentally sharper while doing so. And all of the muscle soreness that would usually accompany a workout and last a day or day and a half now disappears in a matter of hours. But here's the thing, each of those therapies can cost a lot. 3 sessions of cryotherapy, that can add up to 414 Singapore dollars. 3 sessions of infrared light sauna and plunge pool therapy, 327 Singapore dollars. And 2 weeks of hyperbaric oxygen therapy at home, a whopping 1,500 Singapore dollars. Now that's a total of 2,241 Singapore dollars for 2 weeks. Now it goes without saying, I don't think I can afford doing all those treatments at the frequency that I did.
But at least for now, I know that there could possibly be ways to biohack my body and mind
to be fitter and sharper, faster.